Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting edition of Omnibros Live on a Thursday night. It's your boy Gio here from Manga Geekdom, and I am joined by the insufferable Omnibus Collector. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Heck yeah. Sorry that we're late for the live viewers. I know you guys want us to be on time, but we have so much fun talking beforehand. So
We just
yeah.
don't want to be on time.
So thank you everybody for tuning in. Tonight we got first impressions. We got some manga solicits. I think we got some hauls. I think we got some reads. Got a little bit of everything, and of course, wonderful chat participation with some Q&A that we always like to do. So thank you everybody for joining. If you're watching later, be sure to hit the like button and share the video. Helps the channel grow and all that stuff. Massive shout out to our lovely sponsor making it happen show after show. That is, of course, InStockTrades.com, your home for collected editions. You get your omnibus, trade paperback, hardcovers, manga, and so much more for great discounted prices that range from 35 to 42 to 50% off at times. It's great. You got to check it out. If you make an order of $50 or more in the US, you get free shipping, and there's the loyalty discount, which adds an extra 2% discount to your order if you make it on a week-by-week basis. Great packaging, wonderful customer service. That is our lovely sponsor, InStockTrades.com. Also, at some point during the month, we do it every month, but at some point during this month, we will be doing the gift card giveaway valued at $50. Open to anybody out there in the world. All you got to do is show up, hang out with us in the chat, pick out a winner towards the end. Again, that is courtesy of InStockTrades.com. Let's take a quick look at the main site. You can see over here the current deals of the week, which we revealed on Monday. So if you want to get the info, the scoop, the tea before they go live, you got to tune in on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got DC Finest, Wonder Woman, Origins and Omens, 55% off. That's great. The Hulk by Cates and Otley Omnibus, 46% off, both covers. You got manga this time around, Sakamoto Days, Volume 14, 40% off. And at 50% off, Transformers Volume 2, trade paperback, both covers. And of course, the rest of the new releases, including the awesome Black Sad, which I happily got. This was one of the books I got this week. And you got your top sellers right here, looking pretty crazy right now because Trigun was closing in on the #1 spot. I think it was 3 or 4. And now Dazzler, out of nowhere, climbed back up and is hogging spots 4 and 5. That is awesome.
I like the very like sports like commentary. It's like
yeah. So yeah, I mean, for us nerds, it is like a sport, and IST, we like to see all the sales go up and down. They got some manga here, of course, with Cthulhu, Hellblazer Omnibus. This jumped out of nowhere, the Ghost Rider 2099 Omnibus. I thought nobody wanted it, but heck yeah, look at that. It's great. Parasite, Volume 8, the full-colored edition. Lots of cool stuff.
I wonder if Trigun being completely gone, did they sell out? Like, is it no longer available? Is that why?
It should be. It's not. Oh, here it is.
Oh, okay.
Trigun. All right, let me search here. Trigun. Everything's here. You got the first volume and then the maximum volumes. 1, 2, 3 is coming out soon next month, and then 4 comes out in February. I thought it was going to come out in January, but it's skipping a month.
Yeah, I think it's 4 in a row, and then skip a month, and then skip a month for the last one as well.
Interesting. Okay.
It was
that's good. Gives everybody a break.
6 volumes within 9 months is, I believe, what I saw it at.
Yeah. And this is not Trigun, but he does have a gun, so it counts in a weird way. All right. Never mind.
Oh, it said Trigun in the description. Anime Studio Madhouse.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Ninja Scroll.
sharper eye than me. Thank you. Vampire virus rages through Japan. Interesting. So yeah, folks, your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to go to InStock Trades and buy some books. They got sales, they got overstock sales, and of course the holiday sales that are going through November. Every week something is discounted heavily, whether it be DC, Marvel, Image, Viz, etc., etc. So go check them out. Alrighty. Thank you everybody for joining. Kane, thank you so much. Thank you. Try to stick around. Cooking breakfast quiches for my boss tomorrow. Nice. It's his last day. I'll read it. Sure. Plain egg and cheese, egg, bacon and cheese, and on egg, beef, sausage, and cheese. It's so late, and now I'm hungry. Damn.
At a pretty significant dinner, so I'm good. Usually I don't eat dinner until after the show, and so I come out and I'm like, you want to go to Taco Bell? And then we run to Taco Bell real quick. This time we had time and had a full dinner, and then had watched the new episode of Dandadan, which was great. They expanded on Acro Silky's backstory.
Nice.
And then we were watching some One Piece as well. The latter part of Alabasta right now.
Right, cool. H-Field, thank you for joining. I was confused at first with this comment, but then I realized Josh was referring to the Trigun releases. Love it, but give me a breathing room. Yeah. So yeah, tonight we got some tragic news, by the way. Let me pull it up first. Let me get this out of the way. Let me just get this off my system, if you will. Sadly, a manga that I like ended. Rest in peace to Yokai Buster Murakami, which ended its run in Shonen Jump magazine. It only lasted, I think it was, what was it? I think it was 20 some chapters. I talked about it months ago.
Yeah, it's only going to have 2 volumes according to this.
Right. Yokai Buster. Let me check real quick. 21 chapters. Yeah.
Man, that's the same creator as Candy Flurry, right?
I think so. Let me check. Staffin.
Maybe not. Maybe
no. This was from this thing. Protect Me, Shugumaru.
That's it. But there's another one that's the Candy Flurry creator, right?
Candy Flurry is shoot. I talked about it recently on the show. What was it? All right, let me Google stuff. Candy Flurry. The author is doing Shinobi Undercover, which is about the ninjas in the ninja protecting the girl in high school, which is very similar to this premise, by the way, for this one here.
Still rough, this one, because Shugumaru only lasted 3 volumes, as it said, and then this one's only getting 2, so like
not looking good for Daiki Ihara.
But they're getting their chances in Jump, so maybe like if they want to get success with something, they can get editors interested in them at another magazine or something like that, or maybe from another publisher.
Right. So yeah, rest in peace. If you want a funny yokai action manga, consider reading this, even if it's canceled. It did get a final chapter, so they were able to wrap it up. I've not read the finale, but as soon as I'm able to read it, I'll let you guys know what I think of it. But I thought it was a pretty funny, wacky series, so I do recommend it still. So shout out to that. We got some solicits. Let's do the wait a minute. No, I'm all over the place. Did you haul anything that you want to show the peeps by any chance?
actually didn't. I have
or
two.
reads or anything that you want to show off.
Yeah, I have two outstanding orders. One of them a little bit more substantial than the other. Um, I'm trying to think right now, and the only thing I had come in this week was my X-Men Extinction Agenda omnibus.
Nice.
So now, like, not that I didn't already have in one form or another, like all of Claremont's original 17-year run, but now I have like the omnibus editions to go through the entire run. So that's
Mhm.
exciting. Because this includes uh not just Extinction Agenda, but also like Days of Future Present and the Colossus was it for God, for country, whatever it is, and then like there's a Havoc story in there. There's a bunch of stuff in there, so very cool thing to have. I've been continuing my read through my to read shelves, and I have caught up with everything from every single publisher except for Seven Seas, and I was saving it for last because my Seven Seas stuff, which I like gave myself the illusion that it was like that I had already read all this stuff, but I had all the books like on my Seven Seas shelves
Mhm.
instead of to read pile itself. So once I read like everything on my to read pile, it was like empty, and I'm like, okay. And then I pulled everything off of the Seven Seas shelves and put them onto my to read shelf, and it's like 50 books now. And I'm slowly clearing them off. And I started by reading the final volumes to various series. So I read the final volume of um, the the Red Thread or whatever, the
Mhm.
what he who doesn't believe in fate. And that
Yeah.
one was cute. Like, you know, it was a cute rom-com ending. I read the ending of We Started a Threesome, which was like if I remember what happened correctly, because it like kind of happened really fast. Um, the whole thing is about starting a threesome. It's like the girl who has two boyfriends and they get like unofficially married and they live together, and like it's all this stuff about like people judging their lifestyle, and they're like, you know, oh, you know, it's fine, like that's our lifestyle and this is what we choose to do and whatever. And the the ending, spoiler alert for anyone who cares, but it's like a 3-volume series that I don't think many people read. Um one of the guys like gets in a car accident and dies, and then
Oh my
they're like, we'll just get married like the other two, like we'll get officially married, and they have a kid. And it's
God.
like it goes from We Started a Threesome to, I think the last chapter is titled We Started a Family. Just
Sure.
movie.
Okay.
Like the whole series is about them wanting, like the girl always for her whole life couldn't make up her mind. Like they did a whole thing where like she wanted two toys at the beginning of the series, and then at the end they're just like, just kill one of them. And that,
Right. Right. Let's just get it over with. But interesting. Wow.
um, so yeah, that's a thing. And then I read the end of the Tree of Death, Yomotsu Higui or whatever. Uh,
Oh, yeah, yeah. That was coming out. I forgot about that.
that definitely got rushed to the end. Like that one, you can tell, I'm pretty sure it got canceled because like going into the last volume, they introduce like a group of characters, and it's like this is the last volume though. Like they're like it's like introducing the Shichibukai in One Piece when you only have one volume left, basically. And so then like it just goes into like Cthulhu type monster fights in the end. I'm like, that's cool. I like that. And now I'm on the last volume of Yokohama Kaira Shikiko.
Nice. Josh, you could have done the fallout that didn't happen for chasing Amy. Lame on just killing him.
Speaking of that, like I don't know if y'all saw the last couple of Kevin Smith movies, but he did like Clerks 3 and then Jay and Silent Bob reboot. And Jay and Silent Bob reboot, like Clerks 3 is dumb, but it actually had like a really dramatic like point in it, and it wound up being like we were watching it sitting there crying, like why are we crying at this? But Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, it like pulls in like everything in the weirdest ways, and they have like a little kind of epilogue type of thing for chasing Amy in there. That's like the emotional core of that movie, more or less. And it's really weird to see like decades later those characters coming back together.
Kate is a big fan of YKK.
Oh, it's great.
I last read volume 3, I think. So I'm a little behind on that. James, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot was surprisingly good. I have not seen that.
It was fine, I would say. Like, my opinion, I thought it was a fine movie, but like definitely not something that if you've never watched those movies before, you're not gonna care about it at all. And it was definitely like that flavor of stupid, like to the max, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But for fans of Smith and the View Askew universe, and especially like if you already enjoyed the stupidity of the original Jay and Silent Bob movie, I think it stands up and it does well to kind of like be a capstone on that universe.
Mhm.
Although they're supposed to do also a Mallrats follow up, Twilight of the Mallrats. So I guess there's a little more to be said in that universe.
Yeah. Bean Queenie, thank you for joining. I dropped the threesome series after volume 2, but that was a mistake, clearly.
Yeah, you got to read that ending. It was wild. I was close. I was going to drop it. I'm going to be clear. And the only reason I continued is because I was like, oh, it's only 3 volumes. I'm just going to continue.
And
like,
then bam.
Yeah.
Josh is reminding everybody of the Eiji Oda news for health, and One Piece was paused until December 2nd. So take care, Oda. Sucks that to have creators who've been bad health.
On that, when I saw that news, I saw a few people talk about it, and one person was like talking about how since the beginning of the series, there's only like 6 times that he's taken off because of his health. But the point of this is they mentioned the age of the series, and that was the first time I saw put in numbers that it's 27 years old, and I was like, oh shoot, that's right. Like there's a big anniversary coming up. Like it's going to be 30 years old, and this I have felt for a while like the series is going to wrap up around like 120 something volumes, and I think if it gets to its 30th, or I think its 30th anniversary is going to bring us to a little bit past that. So I feel like the plan could possibly be, and this is just conjecture for fun, doesn't really mean anything, but the plan could possibly be to wrap the series up summer of 2027 for the 30th anniversary.
That could be fun.
Because
Case Co's at a 30th anniversary. Damn.
it would have like, you know, because volume 1 and then volume 60 had the same cover as volume 1,
Yeah.
but with everyone there. So I imagine volume 61 had all the extras there, or the other members of the crew, not extras. So I feel like I felt like for a while, because 1 through 60 is the first half of the, you know, is the East Blue and the first half of the Grand Line, then the latter half of the Grand Line, and like the ending of it would go through like 120 to 125-ish or something. And this timeline kind of matches up with what my expectation was, because that's July of 2027 will be 30 years. So about 2 2/3 years left would bring us somewhere close to like chapter 1250. So that would be 125 volumes, given the current pace or the current way they collect it.
I need to catch up. I keep saying it. I never do it, but I would like to catch up with everybody. I'm so behind on One Piece. So yeah, those are some of the immediate news. Seven's actually, let's tackle Seven Seas last. This came out of nowhere. Tuttle announced a license that I was not expecting, and it is Lala the Memory Collector. Did you hear about this one?
I didn't. That's surprising to hear that they're doing an actual license and not just like a
guidebook or a thing that, like an adaptation of a novel
yeah,
or something.
yeah, exactly.
So this is coming out in April of 2025. This is by Sui Kono, right? Yeah, right. Okay. Let's see. I do not know about this creator. Their work, manga author and illustrator who has created many popular manga, including Sonic Pyramid and I Like Insects, and has contributed to several other Japanese manga history series. Is death really the end if memories live on? Like most girls, Lala loves music, her friends, and her family. However, Lala is not like most girls. Lala is a collector from the Memory Clan, a mysterious group of enchanted beings who have one purpose in life. They visit humans who have recently died or are on the verge of death to collect and preserve their memories. Unique lives creating unique endings. No two are the same. The Memories Clan's purpose is to keep each person's stories alive. However, the clan also has a simple rule: do not get involved in human affairs. For Lala, this isn't as easy since she is easily entranced by humans and their stories, but in the process, she risks losing everything and everyone she loves. So, yeah, interesting. I don't know anything about the creator, but I really want to check this out. I love the premise for it. Sounds great.
Says on ANN, Kono is also the author of Sonic Pyramid and I Like Insects.
What the hell is Sonic Pyramid? Does it have to do with Sonic the Hedgehog?
I really doubt it.
Look, here it is.
Do you find it first? Oh, I was just looking.
Yeah, from the same author of Lala the Memory comes Sonic Adventure 2 Pyramids. Shout out to Sonic.
I looked up Sonic Pyramid Suikono and nothing comes up. I don't know. Like,
are these made up titles, Suikono? What are you doing? Like insects. I mean, I like insects too, but I don't know.
Like, the only info I'm finding is from the mention of those other books on the announcement of Lala.
Interesting. So this is like extremely indie, from what I can tell. But it looks pretty. Lala the Memory Collector. Check it out. $15, but you can probably get it cheaper from several websites and stores. Shout out. Where are you at, Geo? Shoot. Anime. The last thing I watched from One Piece anime, oh my god, was episode 350 to 400, somewhere along that range.
Wow.
And then manga I've only read shoot. Let me Google it real quick. I haven't read much of the manga. I think. Let's see. I think the last thing I watched was probably Annie's Lobby, and then for the manga, let me think. I'm just googling the arcs to see what I can. Wow, yeah, I'm so behind. The manga, I stopped at Skypiea. So I'm like extremely behind from everybody.
Well, if I'm right, then you've got about 2.5, 2 2/3 years to catch up before it ends.
To catch up, I think I could. Yeah,
you do that with like a chapter a day, I think.
1 chapter a day. That'd be fun. Gio, I will lay off the culture manga suggestions if you work on One Piece. Um, okay. I'm
Or like
interested to what your suggestions might be for cultured manga. Okay.
a volume a week for a couple years.
All right. Speaking of licenses, let's switch on over to Seven Seas. We got this one.
I always
I'm going to use this site from ANN because everything's here. And I have to pull up like 100 different tabs because that always annoys me. Sorry, folks.
I was confused about the blue lock on the side, then I realized it was an ad. I was
It's an
like, wait a
ad,
second.
yeah. Ignore blue lock. Can I? What if I do this? Hey, look at that. Perfect. Ignore it. Okay, so Seven Seas licensed a bunch of stuff, a little bit of everything for everybody, I might say. I'm interested in one book, and I'm pretty sure the chat already knows which one's going to be. But the first one here is Contrast by IDS. This comes out in July from the BL label. Kanata is a handsome young man who can't help but be the center of attention, even when his mind is miles away. Akira is the perfect student who barely talks to anyone. They don't know each other's classes or even their names, but they can't forget each other's faces. One day, these two happen to meet on a stairwell near the rooftop. From then on, the roof becomes their secret rendezvous point. Slowly, they discover that they might be very different on the outside. They both have feelings for each other. Is this a case of opposites attract, or are the differences too great for them to ever truly connect? So this comes out in the summer. Shout out. This one is Shindo-kun's tight squeeze, helpless against his alluring touch. Oh boy. This comes out in June. It's a steamship imprint, so not safe for work-ish. For 3 years, Omuro Rinko has dedicated herself to her dream job at Yatsuboshi Confectionery. While it hasn't all been cupcakes and mochi, I see what they did there. She's proud of her hard-earned skills until the day her boss assigns her to mentor the new hire, Shindo Ryoma. From the moment they meet, Shindo leaves a bitter taste in Rinko's mouth. His sharp tongue and bad attitude grate on her nerves, and worse yet, he insists he doesn't need her guidance at all. The most infuriating part, he's right. Shindo isn't just competent, he's faster, more efficient, and outshines her at work. But what begins as a clash of personalities soon simmers into something far more intoxicating. After a company dinner, Shindo makes a bold move and asks to go home with her. To Rinko's shock, the arrogant junior proves he's not just skilled in the office, he's devastatingly talented between the sheets, leaving her completely satisfied yet torn. Now, as both her colleague and her lover, Shindo is pushing Rinko to her limits in more ways than one. If she wants to prove herself at work and in the bedroom, she'll need to step up her game. But how can she possibly keep up with her insatiable, irresistible junior?
Nice.
That sounds super sexy, and I actually love the character designs. I don't know what it is, but they look really good. So who knows if I'll read it. Put that on a resume, professional between the sheets. Heck yeah, that's how it's got to be. Between, under, and over. All the sheets. This, spoilers, is my favorite solicit here. I watched a long time ago somebody in Japan recommending manga or something that weren't available here for whatever, maybe like scans or something. And this was brought up, and I thought, man, that looks really fun. And I completely forgot about it until I saw the solicit. I'm like, oh, that was the one thing. Yay. This is Kaya-chan Isn't Scary by Yuri Taro. Kaya-chan is a notorious problem child in her kindergarten, but none of the adults know her secret. Till Chia-sensei is put in charge and learns of Kaya-chan's hidden ability to see evil spirits and vanquish them with a punch. What will happen to this 5-year-old who gets in trouble when she's only trying to help? I'm excited for this. I can't wait.
And this one, just a couple weeks ago, I think the anime got announced also.
Right. Yeah, I saw. If I Google it, the anime visual should show up. Here it is. Ah, damn it.
I'm always excited for
Here's
horror books.
the teaser for the anime. So this is basically what's her face? Murako-chan
Yeah,
mixed with Dark Gathering.
I was the exact two in my mind.
And you even have a similar ghost looking thing here, creeping up behind her. But she's a badass, you know. She's taking out ghosts with a punch. Hell yeah. She's one punch toddler meets Dark Gathering. There we go.
Yeah, that one will be fun. I'm excited.
The next one, this is an audiobook, so sorry. We are contractually obligated to neglect audiobooks. I apologize, folks. But it's
This
there.
is
If you want to pause it and read it, there you go.
and then the other one's also an audiobook.
It's on yeah. Okay. Over here we got You Will Become My Wife. This is by Miju Inoue and Fumi Takamura. It's a steamship book. Alice, heiress to the prestigious Cunningham Hotel Tokyo, knows just how lucky she is. Her fiance, Reiji, the Cunningham's dedicated secretary, is handsome, cool, and responsible, and Alice is completely head over heels for him. Yet, no matter how fervently she expresses her love, his responses are always ice cold. Sure, he'll tease her with passionate kisses, drive her wild with his touch, and ensure she drowns in waves of pleasure. But what she truly desires is his heart. Does Reiji love her, or is it purely physical between them? That was pretty sensual. This comes out in June, by the way. And, oh, we got two more. And the feisty Omega and his twin mates. This is by Ryo Ayamine. It's a BL. Comes out, it's only one, it's volume one. Comes out in July. And Takahina Natsuo is an Omega who has lived a life pretending to be a beta to protect himself from the predatory alphas around him. Despite his precautions, Natsuo suddenly goes into heat and is on his way to a job interview and is nearly attacked. I had not read this before. Sorry. Thankfully, a pair of elite alpha twins, Togasaki and Tomoya, managed to save him in the nick of time. However, instead of feeling at ease, Natsuo can't resist the intense attraction he feels around those two brothers, which means that he's found his fated mate. Problem is, which one of them is it? A sexy BL Omega verse romp where a reluctant Omega learns the two lovers are better than one. I just had the thing of like going into heat on your way to work, like bam. That's a visual. But shout out for the Omegaverse fandom. They're strong out there. And last but not least, from one of the goats of the cat manga industry, Pandania, comes Cats with Jobs. This is amazing. Ever wonder what it would look like, what it would be like if your cat had to get a job? The cats in this book do every kind of occupation you can imagine, and they do it just the way they like. Feline chefs, dentists, wrestlers, detectives, opera singers, and much more await in this hilarious full-color collection. Also includes a set of stickers featuring some of the working cats. This comes out in June. It's volume one here, and of course, I have to get this. I have neglected the Pandania books, but I want to get this. This sounds awesome.
I have a couple things to say on this. So first, it's funny because all of the other ones, at least that we have in English, that from Dark Horse, the Cthulhu one just came out, and then from Seven Seas, there's the Yokai, Monster Cats, and the Evil Secret Society of Cats, or whatever it's called. And then this is just Cats with Jobs. Like it's all like monsters and villains. Cats with Jobs. So that's funny. Number two, I did order a copy of Cthulhu Cat.
Nice.
So I believe that when I get and read that, I might have to pick up the rest of the Pandania stuff because there always have been intriguing, and I've never picked up any of them. And now with this one coming out, I'm like, now I want to catch up with all of the stuff.
Look at Santa Space Cat, Ninja Cat, Pastry Chef. This isn't a job. He's just holding an LP record. I don't know what job that is.
Maybe he's a music reviewer.
Oh, he's a podcaster, YouTuber. Yeah. I don't know what this job is right here with the ancient, or not ancient, the kimono robes and stuff. Sushi chef, heck yeah, with a French baguette. Let's go. And this cat with a guitar, he is CC Slider instead of Cake Slider.
Cat Slider.
Yeah.
He's a doctor cat, singing cat. What's the guy at the bottom? Is he like an assassin hitman cat or something?
I was thinking either a delinquent or an 80s Japanese working man, salary man.
Well, he's got a bandage on his cheek. So I think that implies that he like is a rough and tumble type of guy. And he's dressed kind of like 80s manga, like City Hunter and stuff. Like
City Hunter, or maybe he's Yakuza cat. Maybe.
Yeah, he could be a Yakuza cat for sure.
And we got a Bishoju magical girl. Let's go. That's awesome. Interesting. And I love that some of them have just the deadpan stare, like the pastry chef. That cat, they did not like how this came out. It might look perfect and it might taste wonderful, but this cat hates the pastry that they cooked or baked. Sorry. So also, cats with jobs.
I was looking up earlier, and that one does not show up on like my anime list or Baka updates as far as I was able to see. So I'm curious, like, what's the deal with that with that series? Like, why it doesn't show up in places?
They're neglecting they are anti cats with jobs. That's what I'm getting at. So are these all of Homie's work? Pandania, Yokai Cat, Monster Cat, Evil Secret Society of Cats, Cthulhu Cat, and now Cats with Jobs.
There's also Nekomukashi Banashi, which is like long tail of the cat or something like that when translated, and that one is 2 volumes long and has not been released. I would assume that, like, given Seven Seas has gotten all of the rest of the Pandania stuff, that like it sells well enough that they'll probably license the Mukashi Banashi one as well. But
dude, I did not know this was 9 volumes long already.
Yeah, I saw that too, because the other 2 are short. The other 2, it's like 3 volumes, 4 volumes, and then that one is freaking
Monsters is 3. Evil Secret Society 4 volumes, and then Yokai Cats. I feel like a hypocrite being a yokai manga fan and connoisseur and not owning this. So I think I might get this at some point in the next couple months. Not now. Please don't pressure me into getting it now, folks.
Pressure.
Yeah. But I do want to own at least this one. I gotta.
Yeah, look at this is Kappa Cat.
Kappa Cat, and I don't recognize the rest, unfortunately. I know this one with the beans, but I can't remember the name because I'm not fluent with pronouncing all the Japanese names. Oh wait, here's Tsukumogami with umbrella. I just noticed that. That's cute.
So I think Cats with Jobs is number 2 winner for the. I would say for me, and it sounds like for you as well.
Oh, absolutely. I will get this. I just got to remember in June, if we're still doing this, to get this book. Chat, remind me in June of 2025 to buy this, please, if you'd be so kind. Cats with Jobs is on the Animal Planet database. Oh, no, wait. Anime Planet. I misread that as Animal Planet. I'm like, what? The TV channel? They got a database of manga? What's happening? But no, Anime Planet. I'm dumb. Ignore me. Hello Kitty vibes. We need a cat union. Heck yeah. I like the Santa Claus kitty. Is there a picture here? No. Where was it? Oh, over here. There we go. Neko no Oshigoto. Thank you. I will totally read Cats with Jobs. I think Seven Seas is publishing that. There we go. Yeah. Do the Monster Hunter cats have a manga yet? I'm pretty sure they do in Japan. We don't have that in English, though. Right? They have to. It's a cat. It's Monster Hunter. It's Capcom. It's a recipe for success.
Catcom.
Capcom. Catcom. There we go. The Twincest license is certainly a choice. Is there Twincest? Which one was that?
My Feisty Omega or whatever the fuck it was called.
Oh. Yeah, they're brothers. Okay, now I see what you mean.
Is it Twincest or are they just like passing off the same guy?
What if one of the brothers ends up dying and then the other two become a family, like the threesome manga from earlier? It could happen. Gonna have to tune in to find out in July when Feisty Omega and his twin mates releases. It's a shout out. Let's see. Animal Planet would have animal themed manga. Yes, I mean, I have a joke, but I can't. I'll tell you off air. Don't worry. But channels should adopt anime and manga into their programming. If like Food Network should air Food Wars and all the other food manga or food anime, sorry, and Animal Planet could air all the anime that has to do with animals, heck yeah. So shout out to Seven Seas, the goats. All right, let's close this. The final thing that I wanted to mention here before we spiral into tangents, I read Lunatic Terrapop. I knew nothing about this a couple weeks ago, and I've been waiting to talk about this. We had a bunch of announcements and the manga previews episode, and I just kept delaying it. And then I remembered, oh yeah, Lunatic Terrapop. I forgot to talk about it. Do you know about this manga?
Mm-mm.
This is by Hisaya Hashida. Don't know this creator. I don't think they have anything aside from this credited. The description, I didn't even read the description when it came out. I just went in blind. I thought this was going to be about ninjas, and I was way off. 17-year-old Satsuki Moriyama is enjoying her life to the fullest with the boyfriend of her dreams. After 3 months of dating, they finally hold hands, and Satsuki is over the moon. Satsuki-kun is the coolest and her reason for living. Yet, ... That doesn't tell you much, but I will spoil it for you because it happens in the first chapter. Don't worry about it. We got this. So she's head over heels about her boyfriend Sasaki-kun. There we go, Sasaki-kun. I misread that. And when he's leaning in for a kiss, their first kiss, a flying saucer appears and kidnaps Sasaki-kun. Satsuki grabs onto his leg and he's like, no, drop down. Like, no, I'm going with you, blah, blah, blah. And they both get kidnapped by aliens. The aliens reveal, and I guess we are also, I should say when the manga first starts, we follow Satsuki as she's just head over heels with romance. And in the background, we're getting information that aliens are now world known and visible. And like they're no longer cryptids or like conspiracy theories, urban legends, etc. They're real and they're on Earth and spaceships and all that stuff. So when these two characters get abducted, we find out that the aliens that took them are gathering like energy from humans. And the energy, it has a weird name that I can't recall right now, but they're going to use that to fuel their original planet. And every human has a couple hundred points of this energy. Like the main character, she has like 200 points or something. But the reason that they want to take Sasaki-kun is that he has an obscene amount of points. We're talking thousands of energy points. And basically, this manga is about Satsuki making a promise that she will rescue Sasaki-kun and proposes an idea to these aliens. She will collect the points herself on Earth in exchange for Sasaki-kun's life. And the aliens don't believe her, but they're going to give her a year to do so. And they give her a weapon to fight the aliens, which turns out to be like this silver kinetic bat, metal bat, and a reading monitoring device that she can collect the points and all that stuff. So that in a nutshell is this manga. It is insane. I thought it was really pretty funny and bizarre. And the more I read, I'm up to date with it. It's only there are only 6 chapters out at the moment. The more I kept reading, the more I was enjoying it. And I think it's really fun. It's super random that it's about aliens. I saw people comparing it to like, oh, this is like Dandadan. And that's sort of a disservice to this. Not as good as Dandadan, but I can see where somebody might think, oh, it's like that because of the kooky premise and the fact that the female lead here has a goal to save X and Y person, blah, 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 blah. But they're nothing alike. And the art is totally different too. But I am a big fan of aliens. That's part of what I like when it comes to like spooky stuff when I read, aside from vampires and whatnot. So I do recommend it. It's a lot of fun. The first chapter is great. It's a little bit rushed, but obviously they're trying to cram as much info on that thing. But with chapter 2, you start getting the expositions and stuff, and with the human characters and all that, where you do want to check it out, I think. Here's some of the art. So I was a little confused when I saw this, and I had no idea. A romantic sci-fi action story. So she is here's some of the scenes that I was mentioning. Head over heels. This is her love interest. She's super. He's super cool. She's super nice. They're all super. And then this is the scene where he gets abducted by the alien, and he's unconscious in the flying saucer. So the aliens are going to they're going to fly around the Earth, I guess, and just visit sites while she does the thing of gathering the life points. What was it called? This thing. Ajappers? Is that how I'm supposed to read it? Ajappers? Ajappers. I don't know. That's a weird word. So let me show you a little bit of the action. There's your boyfriend stuck in a stasis tube, a la Dragon Ball Z, cryo chamber, whatever. And homeboy has 97,065 Ajapper points, while she has 102. So they only need 100,000, and that's her goal to get those points. And she's going to do that by killing all the aliens on Earth and collecting their data. So there we go. It's fun. It's silly. It's kooky. I dig it. This is my type of jam. And the more you read into it, they start introducing more human characters that are going to help her, and more different alien creatures. Right now in the current chapter, they're facing off against a predator-like species. Reminded me of the Predator. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I do recommend it. There's a subplot here with her late mother that inspired her to be the person that she is and all that stuff. So yeah, there's a lot here to enjoy. It's a typical shonen story with big odds against her, but she's gonna find a way to get the love of her life. So I do recommend it. Weird name aside, it's actually fun. Lunatic Terrapop. Again, only 6 chapters released so far, but if you go to Manga Plus, you can read it for free. If you keep up with it, you have to pay a dime and support the original author here. So shout out. Hell yeah, random aliens. Cover looks like elusive samurai. I can see that. Yeah, I for real, I thought it was a shinobi thing because of the. I thought it was a scarf, but it turns out it was a towel that her boyfriend gave her because it was raining, and then they got abducted. So now that's all she has left of it, the towel. Dandadan with a JJK tourney. One of my favorite jokes in this is that when she goes to the Earth Defense Force, whatever thing from Japan, spoilers, they don't want her to just aimlessly kill aliens left and right. So they're going to try and spook her out of it. But eventually she joins the team and all that stuff. Standard shonen tropes. But my favorite joke is that when she enters the building, she assumes there's going to be an exam and a training thing, like your typical Shonen Jump series. But they're like, no, we're understaffed. We don't got a lot of people, so you're in. We're not going to do any tests. You're strong enough already. So there's no training arc, no exam tournament arc, none of that so far. So yeah, if you like random comedy, aliens, and hopeless romantics, this might be the shonen manga for you. Shout out. Food Network airing Food Wars would be peak entertainment. Hell yes.
They'd probably either have to do it like late at night or
Saturday mornings.
Saturday mornings they could get stuff like Fighting Food-Ons.
But yeah. And Bobo for the random bits when they do like cooking stuff in there.
Samurai Pizza Cats.
Ooh, that'd be fun. Yeah. Animal Planet, they could air if they ever make a Dinosaur Sanctuary anime, that'd be perfect. They could do
Red Cat Ramen could be both on Animal Planet and Food Network.
And yeah. So yeah, there we go. And let's see if I missed anything. I think that's it. Do you know if there are any other solicits out there that we didn't cover?
The only other like news that I saw that I remember from this week, aside from the hilarious The Onion buying InfoWars, was awesome. Random House Graphic launches Ink Pop brand. That's on Anime News Network. I can get the link if you need it.
I found it.
Okay, so there's that.
I did not know about this. What is happening?
I don't know. I literally just read the title and then immediately it was like, but it was funny because like I think 2 days ago I saw also Anime News Network, they posted graphics with an X to release Yoshinio Kyoka's Mecha Ude Mechanical Arms manga in print in April. And I was like, I saw that and I was like, graphics, there's way too damn many publishers. And then 2 days later, it's like another brand new one pops up. I'm like, there's too damn many publishers.
Here it is, graphics. I've been watching the anime for Mecha Ude, and it's a lot of fun. If you guys enjoy, this is a weird mashup, but I think I can capture the essence of what this is without spoiling anything. Think Metabots mixed with Venom or Blue Beetle, one of the two. And what was the other thing? And Shaman King. And you sort of have Mecha Ude mechanical arms. This is a world where these mechanical beings come from an alternate dimension, and when they bond with you, like a symbiote or a scarab, these thing appears, and you can fight other users of them. In the case of the protagonist, he has like a friggin' giant arm. The girl behind him is her friend, and she has like, they're in her belt, and it's like two claws that come out next to her. So she uses that to fight. So it's a lot of fun. Mindless, quick-paced action the animation's fantastic. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the manga looks.
I think it's been being published digitally. It probably says so. Let's see.
On the Line Manga app. No, that's in Japan,
And
not
then
here.
Azuki began releasing it in English July 2023.
Ah,
So
nice.
now Graphics picked it up, and I don't know everything that Graphics has published, but I believe they also did that new Unico comic
Oh, that
that
was them. Okay.
I believe it's them that had artwork from Udon, I think. Did or was it no, not Udon. Who's the Gurihiru? Did
Goody. Oh, yeah, yeah. Here it
I,
is.
I was trying to think of like different like
No, it's not it.
pen names and studios that do like Marvel comics, and it was Goody Hero.
Goody Hiru. Have you read this yet? I want to check it out.
Which no,
Unico.
I meant to order a copy a while ago, and I never did, just because like it wasn't available anywhere except for Amazon, and I keep forgetting about it.
You know where you can find it? Because I've seen it twice now. Walgreens. They have it. All the Walgreens that I've been to, I see them selling Unico Awakening.
I'll get it eventually, especially
Yeah.
since I'm catching up on my books and stuff. I can take on some new stuff. But
Yeah.
we need a new printing of the original.
The original character. Yeah.
So
These are their latest works, manga. Oh no, not manga, just comics in general. Okay. New Girl, because this New Girl character is very anime inspired. Heartstopper.
You know, I think I see the graphics books at Walmart myself. They might have them at my Walgreens as well, but I just don't go into Walgreens that often.
Goosebumps, The Haunted Mask. This looks very manga inspired. Nope, not that. What the hell? Oh, here it is. Interesting.
Oh, they have bone under this line.
And everybody's favorite, I Survived the Destruction of Pompeii, AD 79. Shout out.
Oh, it's different. It's I survived the sinking of the Titanic. I survived the shark attacks. I survived the invasion. Yeah, I survived the attack of the Grizzlies. It's a whole series of surviving.
Oh my god. Talk about the worst luck ever. I Survived graphic series. I need to see this. Hold on.
It looks like the what's that series where it was like was the Treehouse Club or whatever?
Oh yeah. I'm forgetting the name, but I know what you mean. Oh my god, look at this. Whoa. What is happening? I survived the shark attacks of 1916. What happened in 1916?
The Magic Treehouse, and every book was like a different adventure.
I want to see the picture. I don't want to open the thing. You survived the shark attack. No, what is this? Boy, this is a tangent. Whoa, what is up? I survived. You survive a hurricane? I've survived those.
Big whoop, kids.
Big whoop. Jesus. I survived the Nazi invasion. I'd survived September 11. Oh my God. What is happening with these kids? They're time travelers, and they are in the most interesting scenarios.
Right in time for the 20th anniversary.
Oh, Hurricane Katrina. There we
go. So did I, kids.
Yeah, right. Survived the Great Chicago Fire, American Revolution, Battle of D-Day. Damn. Was he in the trenches with the Allies?
I don't know. Is it the same kids that get thrown into every single one of these situations?
The molasses flood of 1919.
Like, that's got to be. These kids have like trauma out the ass, if so.
There's a box set. Look at that.
Holy crap.
Come on, man. Oh, there we go. I Survived graphic novels 1 through 4 graphic novel collection. This goes hard. Like having the Titanic sinking and the great white shark there, like hell yeah.
What if it's like a connected series of books and like they survive the Titanic and then at the end of the book there's a shark coming and the next one is like I survived the shark attack.
It leads into the next one. These kids are gonna need a lot of therapy. Oh, James, come on. I Survived Omnibros 2016. Batman Damned. Hell yeah. That's a pull. No, the non-regular Omnibro viewers are going to be so confused by that, but that's a joke for another time. Smart graphic novel, hell yeah. So going back to this thing, graphics, shout out, and then Ink Pop from Random House
graphic, which is interesting because Penguin Random House just did Ink Lore, like starting last year, I think. So now they have Ink Pop separately from that.
So the this one is a new brand for graphic novels that include manga, manhwa, and webtoons. Ink Pop will publish I Want to Be Your okay. So they just got one release so far, which is I Want to Be Your Girl. Let me read this real quick for everybody. Hime and Akira have been friends since they were little kids. At age 12, Akira reveals to Hime that Akira is actually a girl at heart. She begins to dress like a girl and is bullied and harassed at school. Hime will not stand for it, nice, and begins to dress as a boy in support of the friend she loves. Of course, this means their troubles at school have only just begun. Interesting series. Hell yeah.
So
yeah.
So Ink Lore is part of Penguin Random House, right. And then like it's basically an imprint. Random House is an imprint of Penguin Random House. Random House Graphic is an imprint of Random House, and then Ink Pop is an imprint of Random House, which is an imprint. Or Ink Pop is an imprint of Random House Graphic, which is an imprint of Random House, which is an imprint of Penguin Random House. Like this is like Russian nesting dolls.
That's a twist. It's very twisty.
There's a lot going on here. I don't know at some point, because I shared this on Discord with Colleen and a bunch of our friends, and I just posted and like I said, I was like, again, there are too many damn publishers, and Colleen just said the collapse is coming.
Oh my god.
That
could be an issue. Yeah.
Like I will to pivot a little bit in a direction related to this. Not what was it? Tante Books closed down recently. And Net Comics is closing down. And there's a Danmei publisher that is closing. I forget what they're called. J Novel Club is pretty much just part of Yen now because they were bought by.
I am also an imprint of Yen Press.
I have it.
How many total are there at the moment?
Publishers? Oh god.
Publishers, yeah.
I mean, there's the big four, which is Viz, Kodansha, Yen, and Seven Seas. And then there's Dark Horse, Square. I mean, I can just look through Square Enix, One Piece, Denpa, Titan, Alien. What's the new one that just Kana. Abrams Kana, Denpa, which also has Kuma, and Faku is over Denpa, Udon, Ablaze.
Homies here with the adult manga. I forgot their name. Wait a minute.
J-Novel Club.
There's another adult manga.
Not
that one.
J18.
That one, J18. Yeah.
Which has Vast Visual. And
Vast,
Webtoon Unscrolled, Saturday AM, Digital Manga Publishing.
Forgot about that.
All the ones at the bottom here are dead. And then Yen has Eyes and JY for Kids. Kodansha absorbed Vertical. Tokyo Pop.
Tokyo Pop. Yeah.
Del Rey,
So
which
that's at least 20 already.
Del Rey still exists, kind of.
Down the
Then
Shadow Realm right now.
Viz has Sublime.
Drawn and Quarterly publishes manga from time to time.
Fantagraphics.
Fantagraphics.
Hollow Press. New York Review Comics.
Right. Yeah. They did Sarutobi Sasuke.
A whole bunch of crap over here. Glacier Bay, Starfruit Books.
Glacier Bay. Yeah. Oh, and Smudge,
Yes.
the horror stuff.
Yeah, I just was looking at that too. Smudge, and there's a couple other things down there, but that's most of what I have, and that's not counting like all the imprints and labels from like Seven Seas has Ghost Ship, Steamship, and then Airship, Siren.
So at least
Geo Lines.
30 solid ones.
Yeah, and there's still like Tuttle, Kaiten Books.
Right.
God, there's so many. It's ridiculous, and it is going to get to the point where like if you can't like I don't know, like because a lot of them, some of them, it's like Kana is an imprint of Abrams that already existing. Like the ones we were just talking about are coming off of like Inklore is part of Penguin Random House and all that stuff. So like they have a backing. Like Titan Manga is part of an existing comic publisher that's been around for a while. So like those publishers, I think like they'll be fine. They're not going to disappear. But a lot of those other small ones are, I feel like they're probably going to wind up getting absorbed if I'm like the way that Vertical was bought out by Kodansha. And like Yen Press was not always part of Kadokawa, and Viz was not always part of Shueisha, Shogakukan, and Hakusensha. They were like majority bought out like at some point during their existence. So I feel like there could also be a chance that some other Japanese publishers, because there's a ton of Japanese publishers don't have in an immediate like entity in the US, like Akita Shoten and stuff like that. Those could come out and be like, oh, let's start our own publisher out here. And they can either be like Square and just start their own publisher back in 2019, or they could be like Kadokawa and be like, let's purchase the majority, like become the majority owner of an existing publisher, Yen Press. So it's going to be interesting, and depending on how things go in the next 4 years with possible like tariffs and stuff like that, if all of that pans out the way that we've been told that they want to pan out, then I'm not the only one thinking about this stuff, but like that could wind up playing into some publishers being interested in selling or like having big investors and stuff, because depending on how it goes, printing could wind up being a lot more expensive.
60% is insane, though. That would destroy a lot of markets.
Yeah, no, and I don't want to get into the particulars and stuff and go into politics, but like that is a crazy number, and it's not gonna. So the reason why most of these books are printed overseas is apparently like our printing presses are not great over here in the US. So it's not just a matter of cost. It's a matter of like quality. Because something that like there was some guy on Quora, I think, of all places, who was like talking about how so many books are printed in Asia or in Europe and then imported here because they have newer printing presses, and the US hasn't updated like their stuff in a long time because the ones out there got destroyed and the ones out here were just keeping on using the old, something like that. But
Yeah.
the dude was going off about like why printing in the US is so bad compared to other stuff. But I don't know. That's just what I've read. So knock on wood that kind of stuff doesn't happen, but
Mhm.
it could impact this industry and all printing industries and all industries in general, but we're talking about this industry. It could impact this quite a bit.
Right. Sounds like a fan tier maker rate. No, fan tier maker rate the company. There we go. That could I could do that.
It'd be interesting because the metrics to which each I would judge are there's completely, it's like what kind of licenses, how good of books are they printing, like how good are they with keeping up with their release calendar.
Right.
Like there's a lot of different metrics to consider.
Speaking of metrics, when you need books, you need to head to instocktrades.com for all the cool deals. Get your Omnibus, trade paperback, hardcovers, and manga for great discounted prices. All those 7 Seas books that I talked about, you can get them at In-Stock Trades when they come out. Great discounted prices that go from 30 to 50% off at times, sometimes even more, like the new DC books, 55% off. Free shipping in the US at $50 or more. Loyalty discount adds an extra 2% discount to your order if you make it on a week-by-week basis. Great packaging, wonderful customer service, only at InStockTrades.com, our lovely sponsor. Real quick, I was going to mention it Monday, but I got a couple minutes left before we wrap up. I want to give a massive shout out to our wonderful friend Kane for gifting me these 2 items. There are more, but we're near the end of the show, and I wanted to do it now in case I forget on Monday, because I'm like that. I'm sorry. Kane went to New York Comic Con, and I was opposed to it, but she said, you know what? Wanted to do this, and I appreciate it so much. I never want anybody to send anything, but when it happens, it's always very wholesome and nice, and I feel the love, and it's fantastic. So I was actually going to buy this book from In-Stock Trades, but Kane hooked me up with Derek Kirk, The Last Mermaid. Here's book 1 from Image, and it's actually signed too. Let me show you.
That's dope.
Hey, with a little what's his face, Axolotl. And this looks great. You know, I am the mermaid connoisseur as well, so I will be reading this this weekend actually, and hopefully giving my thoughts on it on Monday. And check this out.
Ooh.
Kane hooked me up with the one-shot Godzilla 70th anniversary comic. This got recently released as a hardcover.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. The difference between the hardcover is that it has extra material from one of the other best of Godzilla books, but it's mostly this, which I was super happy about, and it looks fantastic. Let me show you the art real quick. So thank you, Kane. Thank you so much. I truly do appreciate it. I shared it on my Discord, but wanted to talk about it here for everybody watching. Shout out to Godzilla. Looking really nice. 70 years of awesomeness right there. And here's some of the art there. I believe there's this one. There's a really cool image here. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I can't find it. I think it's a variant actually of Godzilla at night, and just thinking about that freaked me out. Like, holy crap! Can you imagine the city being destroyed, and you look up, and there's this giant monster looking at you with glowing eyes? I'll look for it later, but if you Google it, you can easily find it. It's one of the. I think it's a variant for this one shot. Also, Geo the game Dave the yeah, I told Riley about it. The DLC for the Dave the Diver has Godzilla in it, and it's going to be delisted soon. If you have the game, you can download it for free, and it's not going away or anything, but you won't be able to download it anymore after November or in a couple weeks. I don't know. So you might want to get to it. I really enjoyed the game. It's great. I play it on my PlayStation. It's a lot of fun. One of those management games where you help run a sushi restaurant, but you're a diver. So you're the one that you're going in the deep blue sea to get the ingredients and all the fish and stuff. But it's a lot of fun. Thank you, Kane. Thank you so much. I will say USA printing is expensive and not great. Canada is a lot better, but not cheap as China or Korea. A lot of books are getting printed in South Korea now.
It's funny, the other day, I was talking to friends about this, and this was when I read that guy's comments about like the reason why USA's printing is not as good. And I was like, I can't remember the last manga that I read that like was printed in the US, because most of them it's like printed in Canada, printed in India, printed in China. And I was reading my copy of the first Red River Omnibus, and I looked at the indicia page and it said US, and I was like, oh, okay. There you go. So literally like I was like, I wonder what the last one I read was, and it was literally in my hands at that moment. So it does happen, and that, like, all things considered, was a decently made book. I think just the standard quality of the the little Viz Omnis is pretty decent for what it is, and they're cheap. Yep. So it wasn't bad, but just parroting what that one dude who apparently knows everything about printing knows, what he said. The US printers are not as good.
Speaking of Red River, I have some bad news. It can't all be sunshine and rainbows on this show, kids. I talked about last week how I was missing my yokai art book and the Red River Omnibus. I got them, but they were out of stock, and the two later shipped in another order. And it was supposed to arrive today. It was scheduled for the 14th. I went to the post office, nothing. And now I'm tracking it here, and it doesn't have a date for arrival. So I don't know when I'm going to get my freaking yokai Mizuki art book. I am so disappointed because I really wanted to get that today. So I can't go tomorrow. I'll probably go Saturday. Hopefully by then I'll get it, and then I can geek about it on next week's show. But speaking of next week, that's going to be it for now. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for enjoying the show, watching, liking, commenting, all that fun stuff. Share the video. That helps out a ton. Be sure to check out our sponsor, In Stock Trades. Thank you to everybody in the chat. You guys are lovely as always. We will be back, or the show will be back tomorrow at, I believe Jess said it was an hour later. So 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because Jess is going outside for some reason. I don't know why you would want to do that. But he's going outside for a bit, and the show is going to be an hour later, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stay tuned for that. Q&A, discussions, and wholesomeness. And then we'll be back on Monday for Hall's Previews Reads. Then Thursday, we got another manga stream coming at you. So thank you once again. Stay safe. See you on the next one. Oh, no, wait a minute. Hold on. Omnibus Collector. You can find him on Twitter, Instagram, and his YouTube channel. You can go there, subscribe, and watch all the awesome content. There you go. Me. You can find me on my channel, Manga Geekdom, here on YouTube, where I talk about all the manga that I'm reading. I just posted a video, if you want to check it out, yesterday, where I talked about 3 new books, My Dear Detective, Otaku Vampire's Love Bite, and Licorice Recoil. So if you want to hear my ramblings on those 3 books, watch that video. And for social media, there's my Discord link, which was posted in the chat. Thank you, James. And you can find me on Blue Sky, Threads, and Twitter. That's it. There we go.
Yay.
That's it. For reals now. Thank you, everybody. God bless. Stay safe out there. We'll catch you on the next stream. If I can find the little thing. There we go. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out.